Yagi, just so you're aware, we have a good amount of track experience in this McLaren. Alrighty, so we'll go ahead and roll on out, nice and steady. We'll keep on rolling all the way down the straightaway. He's going to adjust his pace based on us. So we'll go ahead, we can stick with him. If we stay right there with him, he'll go ahead and pick up the pace, right? So we're gonna come all the way down here into this brake zone. In these red cones, we're on those brakes. We're gonna wait for that turn cone, wait for the turn cone, bring it back into the right towards the green apex cone. We're gonna let the car start to track out nice and steady. Wait for that turn cone, and then nice and steady, we're gonna bring it back in over to the right. And remember, we wanna keep that good 3-foot gap like they talked about in class, so we're not clipping cones or anything. We'll come all the way around the bend, nice and smooth. Bring it back over to the right. We're gonna come up to the top of the hill, gently bring it back in over towards the left, and we'll roll on that power around the bend, nice and smooth. We'll keep on going, nice and easy all the way out. We'll roll on that gas and come out the bend. And then we're gonna lift off that gas, back onto those brakes. Wait for your turning cone, nice and steady. We're gonna bring it back over to the right, nice and smooth. Keeping our eyes up, wait for your turning cone. Then nice and steady, we're gonna bring it back in over to the right. We're back down onto those brakes. It's a really tight right-hand bend. Wait for the cone, wait for the cone. We'll bring it back over to the right, nice and steady. We'll start to unwind that wheel, roll on that power as we come down. We'll breathe off that gas, back onto those brakes. Wait for your turning cone. We'll bring it back in over to the left, nice and steady. We'll keep it nice and tight all the way up here, keeping our eyes up, looking for your next apex cone. Come around the bend, nice and smooth. And we'll roll on that gas all the way down, nice and steady. We're gonna keep our eyes up. We're gonna lift off the gas, big brakes. Wait for the cone, wait for the cone. Look through the bend. Keep your eyes focused on the next green apex cone. Keep your eyes focused up. Now look for that red brake marker. At that red cone, I want you to just touch the brakes, wait for it, bring it back to my side. We'll take a nice breath and roll on that throttle all the way down. You got it. As these yellow cones, we're gonna be lifting off the gas, onto those brakes. Nice and steady. You got it, you got it. You know, the car tries to dance on you a little bit, nice and smooth. Coming back over to the right. Let the car start to track out, nice and smooth. Wait for the turning cone, a touch of those brakes. Bring it in nice and steady, nice and easy around the bend. Keeping our eyes up. Wait for your next turning cone. A touch of the brakes before we turn in. Bring it back over to the right. Another touch of those brakes before we turn in. Back over to the left, nice and smooth around the bend. We'll gently roll on that throttle as we come out of the bend. All the way down, we're going to lift off that gas, back out of those brakes. Wait for the cone, wait for the cone, wait for the cone. Back over to the right, nice and smooth. Let the car come out. Wait for your next turning cone. Gently bring it back over to the right. And then we need big brakes, all right? Big brakes. There you go. See how those brakes can do? We'll bring it back in over to the right. It's a very, very sharp right-hand bend. So we'll come all the way down, nice and steady. We'll lift off the gas, back onto those brakes, wait for the cone, keep your eyes up. We got 3 apex cones, keep your eyes up, look for the next one. Now look for that third one, keep your eyes up to the top of the hill. We'll bring it in tight. As we straighten the wheel out, we'll roll on that power all the way down. And then we're back down onto those brakes, keeping our eyes up. Look for your next apex cone. All the way up ahead, you're gonna see a red brake marker. I want you to touch those brakes at the red cone, all right? So we'll come off that gas, want you on those brakes, nice and steady. We'll unwind the wheel. When we get to our braking zone, I need you to brake in a straight line, nice and smooth, all right? Steady hand. Lift off that gas, back down onto those brakes, wait for your turning cone. At that turning cone, nice and steady. We're gonna bring the car back over to the right, nice and smooth. We're gonna come around the bend, nice and easy. Let it start to track out. Another quick touch those brakes, bring it back into my side, nice and tight, a little bit tighter for me. There you go. And roll on that power as we come out. Wait for your turning cone. We'll bring it back into my side, keeping our eyes up. See your next turning cone up ahead? We'll bring it back over to the left. We're gonna keep our eyes up. We can roll on that power as we get to the next cone, and we'll roll on that gas all the way down. Big brakes, wait for the cone, wait for the cone. Now we'll come back over to the apex, keeping our eyes up. Look all the way ahead, wait for your next turning cone. At that turning cone, we'll bring it back in over to the right. And then we're gonna be big brakes. Remember, it's a sharp, sharp, sharp right-hand bend. So wait for the cone, wait for the cone. Now we'll bring it in nice and tight. Let's keep our eyes up, looking all the way down to those lift cones. Keep on rolling on that power all the way down. Lift off that gas, back to those brakes. Wait for your turning cone, nice and smooth. We'll come back over to the left. And let the car start to track out, nice and steady. And then we'll bring it back over to the left, nice and tight, up to those green cones. We'll roll on that power in a straight line as we come out of the bend. You got it. Back down onto those brakes, wait for your turning cone. We'll bring it back over to the right. And we're gonna follow this lead car back over here into pit lane at the end of lap 3. Right in between these blue cones. How was it, my man?
It was fun.
Good time, right?
Yeah.